Hello guys, welcome back to another update here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks exactly as we expected. Yesterday we're up here and I said I do expect some pullback. So we're now in the making of A, B, C. I'm expecting something like this. I do expect Bitcoin to bounce from this area here. If Bitcoin starts breaking this support, then the next support will be down here. In my opinion, there is a chance it will come down here, but I would like for Bitcoin to stay above this support area here. Since if we drop below, this is going to affect the crypto market as a whole quite a lot. Because if we already start checking here on Ethereum, we came above this resistance level here, but right now we're breaking down below it, which is not necessarily a bearish sign, but I would like Ethereum to start bouncing here soon. Because it looks like we'll get these impulsive ways up, but then it retraces a lot. So I would like Ethereum to do something like this. Right now what we're doing on Ethereum, we make higher lows and we barely make new higher highs, and this is often a bearish pattern. So if Ethereum doesn't start catching a bid here, it's something to pay attention to. This might indicate that we'll go lower. I have here this pitchfork here, from these lows to the highs, and then I chose these lows again. So I do expect Ethereum to come up to this median line at some point, as long as we don't break these lows. But right now, if we check on Bitcoin looks much better, much healthier. We've had more impulsive moves and we're having a small correction. So I do expect Bitcoin to maybe go sideways like this before then we go higher. If we check the total altcoin market cap, it still looks like we have bottomed here on the fourth wave. I don't want to see this low taken out. But something to know is fourth wave usually goes sideways. So even if we bottom here, we can go sideways before then we take off and alt season starts. So as I said in my previous video, alt season can start next week as well. It doesn't have to be this week. Then I wanted to cover Cardano here. We had this huge impulsive move here, but we're retracing quite a lot. And this is something I don't like. This shows market weakness. So after we had this big impulsive move, if we retrace the entire move, this is usually not a good sign. So if Cardano start going lower, I do expect us to bounce from this median line here. We could have a nice trade like we took on TAO, something like this. So here can be a very low risk to reward. So if we don't bottom here, I would be looking to bottom down here at this median line. Otherwise, it looks like we have some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't like the fourth wave to come below the second wave. So right now, it's just to wait here, look for bounces from these pitchforks. So I would look to buy here. Either we get a small bounce before we go lower, or we get a bigger bounce. Overall, most cryptos look very bearish. If we also check here I and G, we broke below the 0.31. We got a bounce here, but then we broke below it. So this is also not something that looks great in my opinion. I still think the fourth wave has bottomed here, so I do expect something like this as well. So it's important to look at most cryptos this type of pattern. So you might get down here before then we get the bounce and go higher. On Solana as well, we're right now here at demand zone, so I do expect a bounce here. If we also go further away, yesterday I had drawn this pitchfork a bit incorrectly, so I drew it from this low here. But you can see we have not yet reached it. But if we go back down to this low here and we attach it at the exact low from the first wave, basically. So we have like from the first wave to the third wave and to the fourth wave. And then if we go on the 4 hour and we go away from the log scale, you can see how we topped here exactly at this median line. So this was something I should have paid attention to. But I was expecting a bit higher for Solana before then we go lower. But Solana definitely looks like one of the stronger cryptos right now. So we're bouncing here. We also have the from the lows to 0.31. So you can see here how we have bottomed here, and we're probably gonna get a bounce here on Solana. So Solana definitely looks much better than most cryptos right now. So this is something to pay attention. If we start breaking below the 95 level, then there's possibilities that we'll go much lower. But overall, it looks typical fourth wave action. We have bottomed here. We might get something like this before then Solana takes higher. So be careful to not get chopped up in these sideways movements, because crypto likes to do these sideways movements before we take off for higher prices. Something else I wanted to cover here is Binance Coin as well. Something I've been very bullish for. You can see here if we go on the log scale, we have still bottomed here, but we broke through the 0.31. And this is not a bullish sign in my opinion. This is something you wouldn't like to see. So this indicates that we might go lower. So my next target is again this shift pitchfork that we have here. So if we come down here, I really want to see a bounce from here, because if we break lower, this means we're gonna probably go much lower, which I don't think, since you can see here on the 0.31 Fibonacci, the algorithms have been very strong buying here. So I don't think we'll go lower. I think this is just a normal correction. Just the altcoins right now are weaker than Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin corrects a bit, the altcoins correct much more, since they look like to be very weak at this stage. Then the last one I want to cover is TAO, my favorite one. I'm still long here. We still have green day today. This one has not been that affected than the rest of the crypto market. So I still expect for 670 to reach in the upcoming days / weeks. But yes, something I also mentioned yesterday in my Solana analysis, I said here we have many green days in a row. So we had here on the daily 1, 2, 3, 4 green days. So I said I do expect some red days. So this looks like a normal correction here on Solana. As I said, we should start bouncing here soon. So here could be a great opportunity to start adding if we go away from the log scale. You can see the 0.31. We might come even lower and bounce from this level here. Before then, we'll go higher. Just most of the other altcoins look more bearish. I see it's more the popular ones that look strong right now. The other ones will of course bounce when alt season starts. So for example, if we go back here again on Binance Coin, on the daily, we basically haven't done much. We're still in this fourth wave. You can see how long it took first to make the second wave. So the fourth wave is just building up momentum before we go higher. And the way you want to try catching these moves is like we did on TAO. So you go on the 4 hour and you have to choose, I like to use this high here. So ideally what you want to do is enter on these pitchforks. These pitchforks are even better than the Fibonacci level. So if something looks more bearish and we get deeper correction, then here's an excellent place to buy on most altcoins. So that's what I'm looking for right now. Eyes of course on Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't look too bad. We still have this bullish pattern here. Very normal. We had 5 ways up, now a small ABC into this demand block before then we go higher. This is my opinion right now. If you're interested in daily updates, please subscribe and leave a like, and you will see again a video tomorrow.